Good morning. Okay, so I'm going to be real with you. This isn't how I thought my life would look. And maybe this isn't how you thought your life would look either. A devastating diagnosis, loss of a job or relationship, battling addictions. Life is hard and unpredictable. And not only that, but life's disappointments tend to linger. Memories still hurt. Painful realities demand your attention, reminds you that and heartache, sorrow, and suffering seems to last forever. And all of this reminds you that you aren't living the promises of God that you thought, at least by now, you would be experiencing. Throughout the Bible, mountaintops and valleys symbolize life's ups and downs. Mountaintops represent the good times when you feel like celebrating, and the valleys represent challenging times when you are feeling troubled. A geographical definition of a valley is a low area of land between hills or mountains, typically with a river or stream flowing through it. Due to this, valleys have some of the deepest and most fertile soil because it receives sediments washed down or eroded from the mountains around it. This rich soil and year-round water provides farmers with the opportunity to produce crops year-round, including the dry season and even years of drought. I find it fascinating that what makes the soil in valleys fertile and productive is that it receives sediments washed down from the mountains around it. Gosh, talk about God's perfect design. So wouldn't this mean the valley you found yourself in has fertile soil because you're also between two mountaintops? What God has done and what God is going to do. Your mountaintop moments are providing nutrients directly to the soil of your valley and providing nutrients to your soul, healing you, restoring you, and filling you with faith and hope. God is ready to sprout new life into our valleys of disappointment. But like any garden, plants that show signs of disease need to be removed and discarded. So, sometimes to get your life back, you have to accept the death of what you thought your life would look like. In John 12:24, it says, "Unless a kernel of wheat is planted in the soil and dies." So are you holding on to disappointments that you aren't letting die? Are you stuck in the past replaying all of life's what ifs? Maybe you are waiting for an answered prayer, but you're more attached to the outcome than trusting God in the process. God cannot resurrect what you won't let die. So it's time for us to place our disappointments at the feet of God and say, "Lord, I trust you to redeem this in your timing and in your way." What a beautiful, holy, sacred work it is when we trust God to redeem our heartache and return it to us as part of our testimony. So I want to close with a moment between you and God, courtesy of Soul Space, a Christian meditation app. Relax in your chair, close your eyes, and take a long, deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly out your mouth. Breathe in and exhale. Continuing to keep your eyes closed, imagine you're standing in the middle of a valley, a dry, dead valley, where crops once grew, but now there's just row after row of dead plants. In the distance, you hear a low rumble and look up to find an army of tractors rolling in. They move through the valley, breaking through the hard soil, turning over fresh earth, and moving the signs of death away. It begins to smell like spring as the new dirt appears in every direction. Now you hear a joyful song begin to rise from the sowers as they walk through the land, tucking seeds into soil that is fully prepared to receive it. As they finish their work, the farmer appears. He stands in the field, looking at the work that has been done. The death has been cleared, and the ground made ready for growth. His face breaks into a smile as he breathes on the ground and says one strong, powerful, game-changing word: life. As soon as the word leaves his lips, the first sprout pushes through the earth, and then another, and another, until every brown inch of soil is green with new, tender life. The valley is now alive again and covered in fresh growth. As the sun begins to sink in the sky, the farmer pulls out a blanket and a pillow and prepares to settle in for the night. These plants are new, and enemies are everywhere. He would never leave the fruit of his labor unprotected. He will stay and tend to their growth. He will stay and keep them safe, because he is the author of life. Can you see your life in this valley? What disappointments do you need to let die and surrender to God? Where are you hoping for a new beginning? Can you see the good farmer camping out, keeping you safe? He is there with you, caring for the dead places and breathing life. He is there, cultivating new growth, loving you to health and wholeness. Jesus said, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." John 10:10. As you consider his good work in you, let him show you where death is being pushed away, where new life is growing, and where a harvest is about to take place. He is at work in you, and his work always leads to life. Breathe in fresh, new hope. Breathe out sorrow. Breathe in life. Breathe out death. Invite him to bring life into your valley. Let the presence of Jesus work these truths into the soil of your soul. He's protecting you and preparing you for the harvest up ahead. Receive all the goodness and grace God has for you, and release anything that does not align with his will for your life. The God who made you loves you. Let that truth sink in as you continue to live in a valley between two mountains.